Alright, so hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Phantom Forces just got a brand new Christmas update, and in this video I'm going to be talking about everything that they added. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't, but without further ado, let's get started. Now unfortunately, there weren't that many guns added in this update, so before I talk about the guns, I'm going to be showing you the remodels. That's going to be it for the remodels. Overall, there are 13 remodels, so probably the most we've ever gotten in a single update. Next, I'm going to be talking about the new guns that were added. But before I talk about the new guns, I have to talk about what happened to the FAMAS F1 and the FAMAS G2. Originally, these two guns were actually under the same gun. The FAMAS G2 was originally a conversion for the FAMAS F1, but in this update they were separated. I'm not going to be talking about either of these since they were already in the game before, so another example of a gun that was separated was the Saiga SAR, which was actually the conversions for the Saiga 12. They had to be separated, so again, this is another gun that I'm not going to be talking about because it was already in the game before. The first gun that I'm going to be talking about, which is actually new, is the L85A3. Overall, I would say that this gun is pretty average. This is going to be a 4 to 5 hit kill with a fire rate of 700, so it's kind of like a worse version of the M38A5. Muzzle velocity is 3100 studs, which is very good, and a penetration of 1.1 studs. Interestingly enough, this gun does have a 60 round magazine, so if you want that, it is an option. However, you only get one magazine worth of reserve, so I wouldn't recommend using this. That's going to be it for this gun, so without further ado, let's talk about the next one, which is the FAMAS Commando. Now arguably, this gun shouldn't even be in the game since it's just a short-barreled version of the FAMAS G2. And this is according to the official Wikipedia page, so yeah. Anyway, let's get started. Now, I was actually expecting this gun to suck, but it's surprisingly good, even given the poor damage. This is a 4-6 hit kill, but it has a very high fire rate of 1100. It has a surprisingly decent muzzle velocity of 2825 studs per second, and a penetration depth of 0.85 studs. This gun doesn't have any special attachments, so without further ado, let's talk about the next gun, which is going to be the Mark 16 SOCOM SC. Even given its low fire rate of 625, this actually feels surprisingly good to use. This is going to be a 3-5 hit kill, muzzle velocity is 1900 studs per second, and penetration is 0.9 studs. This gun does have an integral suppressor, which actually increases your range, and slightly increases your muzzle velocity and penetration depth. For ammo types, it does have a subsonic ammo type, which increases your head multiplier and actually gives you a 4-hit kill universally. You do gain 0.1 studs of penetration, however you lose out on 900 studs per second of muzzle velocity. This gun also has 5.56, which increases penetration by 0.1 studs and increases muzzle velocity to 2250 studs. It also allows you to keep your 3-5 hit kill. Compared to the default ammo type, I would say it's a more balanced version of the gun. This gun also has a 9mm conversion, which decreases penetration to 0.5 studs, decreases muzzle velocity to 1300 studs per second, and also changes the gun to a 3-hit kill to a 6-hit kill. However, you also gain 50 bullets per magazine and 725 fire rate, which is an improvement of 100. That's about it for this gun, and the last gun we're going to be talking about is the SCX-12, which is actually a shotgun. Overall, this is a pretty good shotgun. Fire rate is 450 to 250, so it's on the higher side for shotguns. It requires 5 pellets to kill, so a little worse than the other shotguns. Pellet velocity is 1400 studs per second, though it doesn't really matter since you're not going to be using a shotgun to kill people at range. Penetration is 0.5 studs, and the magazine capacity is 10. As for attachments, this gun doesn't have anything interesting, so that's going to be it for this gun. Anyway, yeah, that covers everything in the update. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.